right, just to move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. His name his name is Steve what? Steve Simpson. And do we need to state this case, Heather? The name of the case? And what's the name of it? All right. All right, you ready? Okay, we need a motion to authorize the attorney to move forward, Steve Simpson to move forward in the Vice or Sure case.
I'll make a motion.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilman Knobloch,
Second.
second by Councilman DeSalvo. Have any other kind of wording we need to put in there?
The settlement agreement for Biso Sheriff, correct?
Yeah,
Put that in,
okay.
You got
Okay.
everything?
Yeah,
Okay. You want to read it to us? Tell us.
Got a motion to authorize Steve Simpson, the fire squatter, to move forward with settlement negotiation of the license Sarah litigation. Motion by Knobloch, second by DeSalvo.
Great. There's any discussion? There's no discussion. Vote the motion. Motion carries 6-0.
And Lisa, you gotta say that they're gonna be on the Tuesday's agenda.
The settlement
Yeah,
agreement will be on.
We'll give it to Lisa or to whoever's gonna put it in once, Steve gets it to me.
But he's probably not gonna be in by tomorrow.
No.
No,
Yeah,
you can
well,
put it on there.
Let's go ahead and put it on there as a line item
Okay.
Tuesday and
Where do y'all want, y'all want that under council, mayor, mine or our report?
then under your report, yeah.
All right. Next item is to adopt the Bay St. Louis City budget for the fiscal year 2018-2019. But I think we wanted to talk about the, just some discussion on the personnel budget. You get a new one? Okay. At least I still didn't get, okay, I did.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay. Hey, you skipped it. Did everybody at Public Works in that? This is missing.
I got it. All right, okay, council, when there's some items that we needed to discuss, you wanted to bring up.
On what, as far as the budget or payroll or?
The payroll, the personnel.
We discussed 3 personnel the other night. Those 3 personnel numbers look correct.
Okay. One is still out of it.
50%.
Yeah. Mayor, we wanted to, on that one, go 50%, not the whole thing. On the deputy city clerk,
Well, $2
yeah,
instead of $4. It was originally 4, wasn't it?
right.
So it did go up to, was 1735, went to 1935.
No, it's currently 1650.
Oh, it's currently 1650. So we're up $3.
Yeah, but it's currently 1650.
Right. So you originally proposed from 1635. Okay. Right.
Now, I'm under the, you know, once, once there's some certification, uh, this is me, and I'm just one voice here on the council. But I'm thinking, once there's some certification, I don't have no problem with it, but, yeah, I understand that. But then, uh, taking on that position, but I think there needs to be some kind of certification and some kind of going forward with that certification. And when they bring that certification back to us, she she is. When did that happen?
Sorry. I was gonna say that program had been completed before I got to the city. I got to the city in January 2016, and she had already gone through that 3-year program before I got there.
Because how many certified clerks we have over there? Certified deputy clerks.
I wanna say we have 3 total in the city who have gone through the certification program at some time in their career.
And they did get that, and you're telling me they did get their certification.
Right, there are 3 people that I know of, and there may be more than I know, but I know of 3 people in our city who have their certification certificate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so, I know the other night we had some discussion around this.
Right.
We said, if we're not on board with the full 100%, then we go for 50% of it. So in this position, what was the initial raise? $4, $3, $6? I mean, I'm
I
trying
don't
to find
remember
it.
what, that.
Well, I know, I'm trying to find my email because I don't see it either.
It was $2.
So
Two
originally,
was the initial.
initially it was $2. Okay, so it should have been 50% of that'd be $1.
So do we wanna do that on the next one and the rest of them too?
We said 50%, looks like the other 2 are 50%.
Well, one of them took none,
Okay,
to move that money over there.
that's what we're trying to look at, so we're out here trying to find them.
Which one you talking about, Mayor?
The next one down, the first one, or the first one in that group.
Yeah, what we said the other night was, we go 50. We go 50%.
And that one took none, and we'd like to see it go to that person.
From the handout you gave us on August 30th, for both of those, we talked about 3 of them,
Yep.
and we were willing to go half.
And one person took none, asked to
What
put
you
that towards the other person.
What you mean, one person getting none?
That
This is-
person didn't take any raise.
Top one.
Yeah, I see that on the new one,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. But what we said, we were willing to go half.
She's willing to give it to that other person.
I think with the new duties that have been taken on, I think that's fair.
I mean, I sent a list of duties out and everything, and tried to
So I'm trying to find
justify,
an email, I couldn't find it.
to try to justify, any questions that was asked.
Well, the issue that I have with it is, Mississippi State is still supposed to be doing job descriptions, and, I thought that the whole raise issue was gonna be things that you were gonna be giving out during the years, the conversation you and I had.
But nobody said we wasn't. Nobody said we're gonna give them right now.
Well, according to this, if we vote this, this goes into effect
That's their
immediately.
top, but that's their top out.
This is that, just like last year, this is what the budget is, but this isn't necessarily where they're gonna start the year off.
Well, where's the payroll ordinance that we're voting on? It's not here.
This is what we need to adopt.
Well, Mike, I wanna see the payroll ordinance which goes into the, thing. That's what I haven't seen yet with the current pay.
It's been passed out all along with it, what they make now. This was the proposed budget, just like they did last year. One side was one, and one was the other.
So all these raises, when do they go effect?
Some will go in effect now.
Which
parts of
ones?
some.
I mean, you're saying
All of
some
them.
are going into effect now, but
That's
if
not what
this is
you
voted
asked.
on as it is, this
Okay.
becomes the payroll ordinance. So, I mean, I would like a little bit more clarification.
Okay, they all going into effect now.
Okay, then why would you say different?
Because I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you what we had before and been presented the whole time. We presented what we had, you know. So yes, they all going into effect now if approved.
So right now, this one, it's a $3 an hour raise. That's-
Well, it's $2 above what the position was budgeted this year.
Well, 1635 now.
That's the actual. It was budgeted for 1735. We tried
Yeah,
to move.
budget up too, yeah.
We tried to move that position and position below
Right.
it and another
Correct.
position to max out, and it never did happen.
Right. So today, that position is making 1635
It is.
today. I mean, it's what the actual payroll is.
That's the actual payroll.
Which one?
That one.
So,
What are we talking about?
1650.
1650, all right. Okay. All right, so,
But Gary, we said all along, even public works won't get their raises. We didn't plan on giving those raises all at
so
once.
Miss,
Sit
Well,
down.
now they're coming out all at once.
Miss
Huh?
Smith,
But now they're coming out all at
No,
once.
they probably still not,
Ms.
but I mean,
Smith.
I can't sit here and tell you
Ms.
who's gonna get
Heather.
it, and they're
have a
full
question
amount,
for you.
and some
can
still
we
have to
change
prove
the
they
payroll?
deserve it.
Can we change the payroll sheet that we got now, payroll budget sheet today?
I'm trying to make sure I'm following everything.
Or is it, or that we have
Okay.
advertised and approved as advertised?
Well, I mean, I sent these, this is saying that nothing as far as what was advertised is changing.
Okay,
correct?
the budget number, that's the budget number, right?
Right, the
Okay.
budget shed.
Right, the
is
budget,
there.
still the same.
Now, the payroll ordinance on a few departments might be slightly lower than the big budget, which is not, but that usually happens anyway.
But the numbers are
budget
the same.
fluctuates. As long as it's wasn't greater.
So when we adopt
then
this,
maybe
yeah, when
So
we
where's
adopt
the-
the budget, that's everything, that's the payroll, that's the whole city.
That's
We
the
adopt
top
that.
end
Yeah, so that's
of what it
everything.
could be is
And then
what
this is
comes
just
Right,
as it is
payroll ordinance
today.
supports the budget, but it should not be.
And this payroll sheet is, this is the top out pay. This does not mean we paid these people this price on here, but
No.
this is up to
They
what
will-
they can make.
Up to
They cannot go a penny over because the council did not authorize it.
That is correct, and they have to authorize anything in between.
So any pay raises that they
Any pay
get,
raise still has to come before the council to be approved.
we're just notified of it though, right?
They gotta be approved by y'all.
to be
That's right,
approved.
approved line item by line item. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
So you want your budget to have whatever your plan.
Up to.
is. Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, you know, there's some will get their raises now, some will get portions
So,
of it.
all right, so this one,
But we have not sat down as a whole and said who's exactly gonna get what, who's
so
gonna get.
we can adopt this and nothing's been approved. As far as
Not
pay
really.
raises,
As far as pay raises, no.
right?
Yeah, so if you adopt your.
Just raises the maximum.
This raises positions, top out pay.
Okay.
My position would be that the current budget ordinance, which we're currently under, would be into effect until you
Change
adopt
it.
a new payroll ordinance. Would you agree? Right.
And that would be, when we change it, we would amend that payroll ordinance.
It would have to be amended every time we change. Correct.
Right, and this payroll ordinance, this, in writing,
This payroll ordinance that you have in front of you in writing, do y'all have this document that I sent in?
Yeah, this doesn't have anything on it.
If it doesn't have the ordinance in it, current ordinance right now.
Just has a number, really.
The one that I sent in had,
Just,
The one-
yeah, it has a number on it, but it does not reflect anything but just a number. It's $6,373,000.
Right, because this was not actually updating an employee's salary. So normally I'll put, if you're getting 3 raises, I'll put those details there, but this one is not in fact doing that.
But, so this is the reference item,
No.
Right,
September 13th dated, because that's the
Well,
673.
last year when we did this, we had a blank payroll ordinance that said ordinance. I can go pull the minutes if you like. And it was a separate sheet of paper that had all the current salaries and pay on that, and it said payroll ordinance. That needs to be attached to this document. And then they can use this as their budget to pay people.
It was
But,
like this.
yes, but the ordinance was a separate sheet of paper that looked like this, but it had no names on it. But it had the current rates
I
of
did
pay
not bring that
at the
today.
new position.
because we've been bringing this one, I thought this was the one that they were.
Yeah.
So this one's just, it's not current pay, this would be the new maximum pay in this sheet.
Correct.
Yeah.
The maximum pay we feel is $6,373,000.
But if I feel that if this is voted on right now, those raises would go into effect right now.
So,
If you adopted this ordinance with this budget.
Okay, I just need to see a sheet with that says ordinance on it, like we did it last year.
I guess I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. But not the budget sheet,
Yeah.
the current payroll, the current pay ordinance that's out there right now.
Yeah, whatever your attachment is to this resolution, whatever attachment A is supposed to be, would be your budget.
I can go
Okay,
back.
we don't have that.
be this,
Only 20 minutes.
be something like that. Yeah. We don't have that, this is old.
Right,
All we got is the new
this is
proposed
new one.
salary.
yeah.
But if you pass your personnel
just need to
budget
pass
today, then what they would need
this.
to do is bring back
Okay.
your revised
Can,
ordinance, because
can we just go ahead and approve the budget, and this doesn't have to be approved tonight, we can approve this to you tonight, we'll get the, just like this right here, side by side, that's what you want?
No, I mean, the other one in the minutes, because I pulled it out a while back, it said, personnel, ordinance fiscal year 2016, 2017, or 18, I'm sorry. And then it had everybody's current rates of pay going into the new year.
We'll put that on one side, put the budget on the other side.
We adopt the budget tonight, that'll be.
But they didn't have the names on it.
yeah, because your ordinance is still gonna be whatever your ordinance is until you adopt the other.
We adopt that monthly, don't we? In the payroll,
Change.
change,
Changes all the time.
well, that's what I'm saying, so,
Right, what we're leaving is just adopt the budget tonight, then.
right.
Just put those 3 changes in it and we'll go.
Yeah, okay.
What page changes?
So,
What page
Um,
changes?
All right,
are we adopting this resolution, or are we adopting this ordinance, I got 2 papers
well,
here.
the ordinance is
I think
payroll.
we're adopting this personnel budget fiscal year 2018 to 19.
No,
We're adopting this
Adopting this resolution.
budget. This resolution.
this resolution.
Gotcha. Which includes this personnel budget.
Well,
Well, he's going,
that's what,
It includes everything.
this includes everything.
Right.
That's the $6 million including this. If you just adopt that, then that's all your city finances.
Right.
The personnel orders that I'm understanding is we adopted Tuesday night.
Right, but this includes the personnel budget, not the personnel ordinance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what raises can go up to.
Yes, that's what I'm,
It was, Matt, one resolution, one adoption, budget.
right.
So,
All right.
So do
all right, let me read it. It's a resolution by the mayor and the city council of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, approving and adopting FY 2018-2019 budget as finally determined by the city governing authority. Whereas the city of Bay St. Louis, as a municipal corporation in the state of Mississippi, is required to operate on a fiscal year basis, beginning October the 1st and ending September the 30th each year. And whereas the governing authority of the city is also required by no later than September 15 of each year to prepare a complete budget of the municipal revenues, expenses, and working cash balances estimated for the next fiscal year for municipal purposes. And whereas the governing authority have first held at least one public hearing to provide the general public with an opportunity to comment on the taxing and spending plan incorporated in the proposed budget at least 1 week prior hitherto, does hereby find that the proposed budget as amended and attached hitherto should be adopted as finally determined hereby as the budget of the city of Bay St. Louis for the fiscal year of October 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2019, and entered in fund, department, and purpose level as per attached exhibit in the official minutes. All right. This part that I just read, Heather, do we need to make, yeah, okay, all right, okay. So, Lisa, yeah, it's attachment here, okay. All right, so now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Bay St. Louis, Mississippi as follows, to wit. Section 1, the matters, facts, and things recited in the preamble hereto are hereby adopted as the official finding of the governing authority. Section 2, the proposed budget as amended, prepared, and attached hitherto should be and hereby is adopted as the budget for the City of Bay St. Louis as finally determined hereby for the fiscal year of October 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2019, and should further be entered in fund, department, and purpose level as per attached exhibit. Section 3, that this resolution be and it is hereby ordered to be spread on the minutes of the governing authority and to be in full force and effect as provided by law. The above and foregoing resolution, after having been first reduced to writing on September the 13th, 2018, at a special meeting of the Bay St. Louis City Council, was introduced by Councilman Seal, second by
Second.
Councilman DeSalvo, and was adopted by the following roll call vote. Let's vote this motion. Motion passes 5-0. Councilman Zimmerman is out of the room and Councilman Smith is absent. I think they talked to, Lisa, didn't you all talk to the Attorney General, ethics?
I talked to the Attorney General and, the Ethics Commission, Tom Chang and Tom Hood, and Tom Chang was saying he didn't think, as far as the budget goes, because it doesn't have her personally in it, that there's a big issue with it, but he said it would be an issue that I need to speak to the Ethics Commission about. So I called, Tom Hood, and he said that, it really, because technically it is in the budget, that he should not, and that what a lot of places do is they section out those portions for him to be able to step out of the room for just maybe that department. Like, that one department can be sectioned out and voted on separately, like we do with the payroll. But this was just found out this afternoon, so we didn't have time to do anything, so we'll say next year,
Okay.
we'll know. But Tom Hood said it really shouldn't happen. And he sent an opinion on it. I can send it to y'all. I couldn't get my email up, so once I can get it up, I'll send it out to everybody.
Okay.
One of the just aired on the side of caution. Yes,
Right.
and that's why he stepped out this time, because he just didn't want to take the chance that it was incorrect or improper.
All right. All right, so that motion did pass,
Yes.
5-0. Okay.
Can Buddy come back in?
Yeah.
All right, we need to clarify the payroll situation, okay? It's Tuesday night, it will be talked about again. So, right now, the budget is set, that one person is $19.75, that is up to the maximum pay. The city council has to approve every pay raise. So when it comes to council or pay raise, then discussions can be had. We can adopt the budget Tuesday night as presented, right? I mean, I'm just asking, so Tuesday
Yeah.
night we come with, y'all need to go change, we need to all be on board that we're okay with that today, print it out like like it was before. Be adopted Tuesday night, then every pay raise will come through council to be approved.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I agree.
So
I'm good.
basically.
I'm good.
What we did was, Sissy didn't get, well, that position didn't get theirs, gave it to the other one, and the other one got half. Those three positions we're talking about. The other one got half. Yeah, exactly. Right. You understand, Mayor?
Well, no.
Yeah, yeah, like it is.
So we're gonna leave them at the current rate they're showing right now on the proposal, okay.
Right. Okay. So as Councilman, I'm set.
I'm set.
I'm fine. All right. So we'll come in Tuesday and, all right, good deal. All right. So we're finished with that. Okay, the next item, is there any more discussion on that? All right, so the next item is the IT storage system. Yes, sir.
My name is Rodney Nikes with Omni Technologies. First thing I'd like to do is bring you guys an update on the situation with your old backup server, or the old server for the City Hall. I looked into it. The hardware there is at least 15 plus years old. It's in increasingly worse shape, very clogged up and corroded after taking it apart. I do not recommend using it. However, it's still possible to upgrade it. If you did upgrade that server, it would cost around $1,000 to upgrade with the hard drives, and it still would not be capable of utilizing the VM functions of the backup solution, meaning it would be no better than the cheaper alternative of just putting your data in the cloud. So for that reason and the age of the server, I don't recommend it. So I did look into an alternative solution for that. I haven't gotten a quote back on a new server for that portion of it, but I did find another server that we actually have that has been rebuilt. The server age itself is 2.5 years old, completely rebuilt with everything that you guys need for it, and that would run the city $5,999.99, which I have the quote in the packet I handed out. That one comes with a 1-year warranty, so that make sure all the parts are good. It does come with 3.5 terabytes of storage local, and then of course that would come with 1 terabyte cloud storage per server backed up. So, and I will get I should have a quote within a week on a new server to offer new equipment if you're interested in that. Of course, it'll be more than this.
Ron, is this all, labor and everything included?
On which piece? I'm sorry.
Like on the OmniVault server?
There are 2 quotes in here associated with that. You have quote number 1650, estimate 1650, and that's the parts for the OmniVault server, like the piece itself. And then there's the other estimate is for the monthly solution. I did the estimate at 3 servers, and that's because you have a file server for City Hall and one for fire department, but Encode has their data not on the file server for City Hall, it's actually on the Active Directory server. So that 3rd server is, if you want to stick with the Encode backup, then it's not necessary as part of this backup. But if you want to move it over, then that would be the cost.
Yeah, because in 16, we have proposal for Encode backup. That was one of my questions. I was going through everything last night. Where do we stand on the Encode backup? But that's kind of a separate.
Right, and Tyler manages the Encode backup. It's a service you guys pay directly to them.
Okay.
And we did, Sissy actually did give me an email, I believe it was about a year ago, that showed the backup logs that they were going through.
Right.
That's the only time I've ever seen one from them, so I don't know much more about that.
So our Encode is backed up. We don't need to pay $110 a month for another
You
terabyte
don't.
of information or storage for Encode.
You don't need to answer your question. They are backing up the SQL database, but I know they're not, it's the same situation as the other backup solutions. Your data's protected, but the ability to get your data accessible quickly is
Right.
not.
Okay.
So it's a two-edged sword.
I think one of our proposal there, Tyler's on the hook to help us get back up online though.
Right.
I think it's part of our agreement with them.
Right. Well, there's only so much that they'll be able to do. In the event that the servers are physically lost or destroyed, I mean, they need equipment to put it on.
We just gotta get servers and then they can just
Right.
download it back.
Right, absolutely. And they will. They'll work with you on that. But the alternative though is that backup solution, the $110 a month, you can actually utilize a virtual server in the cloud to access it from wherever there's internet. So,
This is way, way over my head. He's in the clouds. Where the hell's Larry when we need him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you at, Larry? All right, how we wanna do this, Mr. Reed?
Well, way over my head too.
I mean,
I mean, I got a spreadsheet, I did some stuff,
Right.
both companies, questions and answers, and, we just, I guess, go through each proposal first. You can answer questions, fill in the blanks as we go through, we'll go through, other proposals, and we'll flip a coin who goes first, how we wanna do this.
Okay, when do you want to do this?
Right, we're doing it today.
they're
man.
all here tonight.
We're on our agenda today to do it.
All right, good deal. Well, let's do it.
All right. Yes. So,
Okay.
you had questions, you said, Doug?
Yes,
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Any more, so
I've
do we
no
have
more-
any more questions for?
I don't have anything
Um,
else from me on the backup solution and what I found. If you
Okay.
guys had any questions or not.
Ronnie, how long have you been doing the computers in Bay St. Louis?
For the city of Bay St. Louis, I've been doing the support here for, I believe it's been 11 years.
11 years.
No, not all underneath Omni Technologies, to be specific. It was under another company called Foresight Computers, where we initially did the first discovery here. So,
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, and this is North Shore Computer Services? Yes, sir. Could you come forth and just state your name for the record and
I'm Mark Cohn, North Shore Computers. Okay, I understand you guys got some questions?
Yes, yeah, I do. I mean, anybody else want to start? I got the spreadsheet. All right, it was your proposal was, again, just a lot of jargon, I'm working chemical plant. I
Sure.
do computers. You know, all your complete IT coverage packages, you know, desktop support, installation of new software package, new computer setup, new server setup deployment, all that's free for your monthly fee for $2,600, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so how many on-site hours does this monthly fee include?
There's no limit.
So it's unlimited.
Yes.
So you have an hourly rate of $75. Why is there an hourly rate if it's an unlimited contract?
I was told to put an hourly rate if y'all just wanted to go, you know, for the drink. So they told me to go ahead and put an hourly rate.
Okay, so it's unlimited. So there's,
Does the monthly fee include after hours
Yes.
also? So these two hourly rates are just there for reference, basically?
That's if you don't go with a monthly.
Right.
okay. All right, so we'll take that out, so hourly rate is unlimited. All right, so we, as we go through here, storage fees, you're proposing Google One,
Yes.
Google Two, whatever. Explain that system and how it works and how, if we had a catastrophic event happen, what does it take for me to get my systems back up working? How long does it take? Is it, I just hook up an internet, I'm online, and, you know, I don't explain, how's the process work?
Well, the Google One is just cloud storage.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, you can get to your data from anywhere, from any computer, any phone, any able device, you can get to your storage, to your data.
Okay. As long as I have a server to run it on.
No,
Or
you don't have to have a server.
Okay. So,
You can access it from your phone.
my laptop.
Your laptop.
Yes,
So if I can get to that Google one, as long as I have password, I mean, it's all password and all that stuff, right?
it's HIPAA compliant too.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and so 2 terabyte of storage is $9.99 a month?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, Google Drive, it's really Google Drive, and they transitioned to Google One, and they haven't released all the prices, but they kind of doubled it, because it used, for Google Drive for 1 terabyte, it was $9.99 a month, and now for Google One, they're gonna make it, for 2 terabytes. But right now, the current structure is like for 10 terabytes, it's $99 a month,
Okay.
$100 a month, and
Right.
20 terabytes is 200.
Right, okay. So, I mean, these bytes of information, I mean, how mu, do you see us, we're at 853 gigs now, I think, of storage space? So that's plenty of
Oh, sure.
growth, right?
Well,
Okay.
well, Google One, you could just add. I mean, if you need more,
One or
you
two.
add it. You know, it's whatever you
Okay.
need.
Yep, okay. And I can add one at a time, or do I have to go from 2 to 10?
Either. You could do either
Okay,
one.
okay, so I can buy
Yeah.
one for $9.99?
Yes.
One more, okay. Email, host exchange, how was that handled? How would, if you got the contract today, how's the hosted email system work? Do you bring us one in again, I don't know, I see all these numbers, I'm paying for hosting services, I'm paying
Right.
$9.99 per user for hosted service right now.
Okay.
What are you gonna charge me for email exchange?
All right, this is the thing, okay? This is how, North Shore Computer Services, we come in, we become your IT department, okay? And I'm not the middleman.
Okay.
So, you know, you're gonna save a lot of money when you cut out the middleman.
Right.
So, for example, instead of putting like a fee on top of email accounts or storage accounts, I don't do that. I just find the most cost-effective way, and then you get the cost up front. I don't bill you directly for what you're paying. I tell you, hey, this is how much it's gonna cost for either if you go with Microsoft, Office 360, or you go to Google, it's how much it's gonna cost.
Okay,
So, like, I think normally it should be like, if you, for Google, for a Gmail account, it's $5 a month. If you do yearly, it's actually, it's $50 a year if you pay yearly. If you do monthly, it's $5 a month, so you pay an extra $10 a year.
okay, because I'm paying $9.99 per user right now.
All right, well, I think you can cut that. Office 365 you can get with, I don't know what you guys' requirements are. I'm kind of flying blind here. I don't have a lot of requirements, but usually, like, for Office 365, if you want, you can get it for as low as $4.95 a month.
Okay. Okay,
And I don't know if you guys are paying subscription fees for your Office products, for Outlook, and I don't know any
I
of that.
don't know that either, quite
You know,
honestly, no.
but I could definitely find you the most cost-effective way.
Right, okay. All right, let's go down here, so your flat rate, what your proposal is $2,609.99, because all you charge me is the 2 terabyte of data plus $2,600 for 100% support from my IT, as an IT person.
Everything, yes,
And y'all have local office here in Diamond Head and then one in Slidell,
that's correct.
and you have personnel in the Diamond Head office available?
That's correct.
Where is that? Is that a house?
Go down and
Yes.
Or is it a commercial location?
It's a house.
Okay. So how many techs
I
do
mean,
you
I have a business office located there and a business office in Slidell.
Okay. So how many techs do you have? I mean, it's just a small,
Just two.
2 techs, okay.
I do everything remotely. So what I would do is I go in and put TeamViewer on every computer.
Okay.
And then I have a ticketing system online that you guys could submit a ticket. And as soon as, I get notifications the ticket is placed, I remote in and fix the problem.
You can't remote in, and you just come to the site and work on the
Exactly.
site?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And how many clients do you currently serve? How many companies or individuals, how many companies do you serve, I should say?
I have 10.
10 companies? Okay,
And one other thing, I was looking at your reference list. I don't see any other governmental agencies. Do you have any other government agencies that you're currently doing work for? Like
no.
another city or something?
No, sir.
Okay. And they're different.
But I've done government work, though. I mean, you guys, I did the camera system
Okay.
and the sound system,
Yep.
and you're streaming online for free. I figured out a way where you guys wouldn't have to pay anything.
So, and, is there different requirements for computer systems from a governmental agencies as far as security or, again, I'm asking questions, trying to learn and interview you for a job, right?
Right.
As I'm trying to get comfortable and understand your knowledge base of what's required for municipalities.
I mean, I have a lot of experience with like hospitals and,
Okay.
and law firms.
Okay.
So like hospitals, you got HIPAA
Right.
compliant and all that.
Right.
So I think that's,
Right. Okay.
that's as secure as you want to get.
Yep. All right. So, and then,
And like I understand, like you guys are like, you're installing, like, there's a lot of, like, I think before you had to pay for new software installs and all that, all this is included. So like, I know you guys are getting ready to buy a new software system that can host all your meetings and do the cameras and all that. You know, there would be no cost, no additional cost. It'd be done.
okay. Yeah.
So
I got-
any upgrades, any of your software packages, Outlook, Microsoft, anything, that's included.
Okay, so if I bring a brand new computer in, not replacing a computer, to want to set it up, it is included in this cost.
That's correct.
Okay. Installation of new software packages covered completely 100%. So
That's
if I
correct.
decide to go to SAP tomorrow, you'll come in here and set up SAP on all of our machines and get our systems working
That's correct.
for the flat fee.
That's correct.
Okay. Versus a new server, if I get a brand new server in fire department, you'll come in here for this same fee and set it up for no additional charge.
That's correct.
Okay. We taping you all this.
That's cool.
Your system.
Yeah, so, all right.
So your backup, is there a upcharge on the backup
That's included.
that's included?
Well, hold on. All right, like, you guys have to pay for the storage, like the cloud backup. I'm definitely gonna recommend a cloud backup, because
That's the $9.99 for 2 terabytes.
yeah.
Okay.
But there's no additional charge other than that.
And from what I understand, we have what, two servers, in the city?
Two.
Okay.
Police and City Hall. I'm good.
So that backup
Yes.
is
that'd be
included on both of the servers?
Yes, sir.
26,
Yes, sir.
okay.
So nights and weekends are covered, holidays are covered.
Yes, sir.
No charge, so I'm gonna take these dollar amounts out.
Okay.
So those after-hour rates is,
That was just in,
Right,
I was asked to put in an hourly rate if you guys didn't go with the monthly. That's the only reason that's there.
that's fine. Understand, taking all that out.
okay.
Uncloud my data.
If we had a new computer and you had to run cables to it and stuff, would that be an extra fee to run cables and install cables to hook them in? I don't remember what,
Well, there's a, I can run the cables, but there's extra cost to run the cables.
Yes, it's part of the excluded services,
Yes.
installation, new cables, hardware costs not covered, phone.
I mean, if it's something easy where I don't have to, I mean, if I can crawl in the ceiling, like in here and drop them, there wouldn't be a charge. Like I have to go and do extensive,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we don't, it's your business, right?
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, we wanna pay you to do business. We just need to understand what, you know,
Sure.
end of the day, and we ask you to come do something, we get a bill from you, it's like, hold up, got you on tape. So,
well, the whole point is that
Yeah.
this will definitely help you with one of your budget problems. I mean, this is it. I mean, you don't have to worry about any hidden fees or hidden charges. I mean, we'll take care of all your IT needs.
okay.
okay.
So, I don't even know what kind of email exchange we got today. We're paying for it. So if we should decide to go with you, then you would look at our system and say,
Yes.
hey,
I'd evaluate everything you're doing right now and make recommendations to save your money.
so it'd just be the cost of hosting is all your cost would be.
Yes, no, nothing's added on, no added on
Okay.
fees or anything.
Okay.
And what's your name again?
Mark Cohn,
Mark
Cohn.
Cone.
Like
Spell that.
C-O-H-N, but you pronounce it like Conehead.
C-O-H-N?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, any more discussion from the council? You want to take action on this here Tuesday night or tonight?
I think we got, do we have any questions for Rodney?
Right?
Yes.
I'm done, yeah, I'm good with this phone right now.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
sir.
Thank you.
I'm still Rodney with Omni Technologies. Hasn't changed.
All right, Mr. Nikkei's got the same line of questioning for you.
Good. I like it.
So this proposal we got, how many hours included in this flat fee of $24.50?
It's the same amount of hours. It's unlimited hours for support, and just like them, we don't charge for after-hour support, weekends, or travel.
Okay, the $24.50 is how many hours? Before, because I got a light package from you, back in.
$24.50 is still unlimited. There's no amount of hours associated with it. It's unlimited support. It's everything you need.
Okay, because I got a package in
No,
somewhere in 218,
Mm-hmm.
32 hours is all I was getting for $20.
It must have been an estimate that's expired. I know we've approached
Well,
this
no, it
several
was,
times.
I mean, because
Oh, okay.
I got two different ones from you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We kept chipping away at you,
Right. Right.
because I got a 16 as well.
Yeah, we tried to go to an hourly rate then, because I think they were just trying to get it down a little bit lower, and
Yeah.
but no, we're not offering that solution anymore. That one's expired for you.
Well, yeah.
But this one, the one that you currently have in front of you, it's an all-inclusive support package.
That's the 3250.
No, it's
Got a
actually
new
20.
one.
And I wanted to mention that. So you actually have two proposals from me in
There's
front
a
of
new
you.
proposal in the folder.
I brought a new one
okay.
down. The rate, we did lower the rate because we went through everything here for the past 24 hours looking at what we could do to bring down the price on this. And I didn't get a chance to get it emailed over to Lisa before, so I brought it with me today.
Okay.
So, but I have a copy for her for the minutes whenever we're done. So the new one that's dated September 13th, that's the one that's current. You're welcome to pay the higher number if you like, but
Yeah.
So,
See that one.
Mr. Nikkei's, the 110 per server, that's not included in your 2450, am I correct? So we would have to add 220 onto that,
yes, sir. You're correct on that. The 110 is not included.
okay?
And that is a per server price. That's the 220 that you have an estimate for that we talked about a bit earlier. So, I actually have a comment on that, just kind of echoing the answer to the question earlier about your with the Google One backup, you wouldn't need a server to access your data. It's actually inaccurate. You guys have SQL data here, and you can't access SQL data without SQL server running on a server. It needs to be on a physical box. It needs to be loaded. That time can take, for the size of your database, 12 to 14 hours to load. So while it's out there in the cloud, you're going to have to download a sizable amount of data through the internet speed here. And then once it's downloaded, you're going to have to put it into a server and make it a running environment before you can be able to access it. So all of that will have to be at the behest of Encode helping, of course. The virtual server in the cloud environment enables it to be accessible within 15 minutes, as long as I've seen those virtual servers take to turn on. So I understand there's a major price difference between the two backup solutions, and that's why.
Okay.
It's Cadillacs and Pintos, so.
So this backup system will still be good though?
Which one? The Google Drive solution? Or the
one you just explained?
Oh, the OmniVault? Oh, absolutely. It's phenomenal. We have, we've got 12 customers right now, 3 government entities and 9 commercial entities that are utilizing it. and I have not lost a single piece of data. Now, it's only been tested 4 times. We've had a couple fires and some flooding that have forced that to be tested. Matter of fact, Covington County, Alabama ran on the virtual machine in the virtual server in the cloud for 3 months before they purchased a new server. So it's not intended to be used that way, but it didn't cause any problems. They gave them time to budget for the new server.
And it would still be $10 per email you host per
Right,
month?
so, yes, sir, it's $9.99
How many do we
per month.
have? Do you know?
I'm sorry, what was
How many
that?
do we currently have? Do you know?
69,
69, okay.
plus we got 8 remote logins. Total email exchange is $769.23.
So that would still be on top of that
That was added on top
2452.
of the
The-
2450.
Well, the remote logins go away. We don't charge
Okay.
you for logging in access anymore.
Okay, so those will go away.
Right, those will go away.
All right.
The exchange user accounts that you have, the $9.99 a piece for the emails, those would stay. Now, the reason why they stay is because we do understand government, and you guys, we helped you through a major state audit with this. This was actually mandated by the state audit department for you. These have lifetime archiving. You can't delete data. Your emails are considered public record. Well, not every single email, but most of the emails can be, and for that reason, they have to be kept for lifetime. So 20 years from now, an email between Councilmember Reed and Councilmember Zimmerman will still be accessible. Whether both of you delete it or not, it'll still be there. So, and that's what this does. That's why it's a higher price. We have a standard email solution that's actually $4 per mailbox, but I can't sell it to you because it's illegal. It's not the right solution for you. So.
All right, so 6.
Should be looking at about 3360 total roughly, I think. When did you put this proposal together? They turned in
I
just,
finished it today. I finished it up today. I was up late in the server working on it last night, and I finished it up today for you.
okay.
I'd like to echo another question that was asked, talking about staffing. We have 6 full-time technicians, most of which have 10+ years of experience in the commercial and government world. We have 3 offices, soon to be a 4th, across Mississippi and Alabama. And of course, you guys know our office is here. It's right around the corner in Bay St. Louis is our headquarters. But we have just shy of 50 government clients, most of which is 27 counties in Alabama that we do IT support for. We're familiar with this world. This is where we built our businesses in government sector, for better or worse.
How many government clients?
We're just shy of 50, I believe it's 48 right now. I'm in negotiations with one other, so that'll change soon.
Going with the contract compared to paying you by the hour like we're doing now, if we switch the storage, we could save possibly $1,000 a month off of that. What's the big benefits of going with the monthly service package on it? Just, I know it won't be unlimited, but if you're only using it for $1,000 a month now, and the rest
Right.
of it's storage, and we cut that way back.
That's actually a really good question, and I'm glad you asked that one. So what we have right now, I actually just pulled these numbers. You guys spent 3.5 hours at $95 an hour last month, month of the last billing cycle we sent out, and on support, okay, which is a significantly low amount of support that was quote unquote required. Now what's happening is the servers haven't been maintained, because the way we work right now is we come out when we're called. When we're notified that there's a problem, we come out. The issue is that there's no one here trained well enough to know that the maintenance on the servers need to be run every month, and we need to be called every month for that. Now, we used to send out reminders about it, but they were kind of ignored for budgetary purposes. So the servers really haven't been maintained. The individual PCs haven't been maintained. I just fixed a virus today for POTS over there because he had some Windows updates security vulnerabilities. Now that's something that, if it had been maintained, would have been avoided, and he wouldn't have lost half a day's worth of work because of it. So that's why, so right now, you may only be using 3.5 to 10 hours a month, but what you really need to be using is closer to 30 or 40 hours a month when you're actually doing proper maintenance and keeping things on track. The other major advantage to a solution like this is primarily built in for the council, which is every quarter you'll actually get a quarterly analysis. And I promise I don't talk as long on that as I do on these. But the quarterly analysis will actually review a general health state of your network and your systems. You'll get a health index. It's a rating of 1 to 5, really easy to follow along with it. And we'll tell you life expectancy of your servers and your PC equipment that you have. So this way, you know, you guys were voting in the budget for next fiscal year, you would know, well, I've got a server that is looking to be replaced soon or not, because that's something that you need to budget on, you need to be aware of. And I believe with this council, we did one right when this council took office. We came in and gave you guys an update on the state of the network, if you will. And it's similar to that, but a little bit crisper.
Rodney, when you talk about server maintenance, I have a company that services our IT stuff, and on Sundays they log into our server and do all types of maintenance. I know that because I get a report on it. Is that what you're talking about? Like,
Yes, sir,
and it's
absolutely.
done remotely out of Loosedale.
The server maintenance, what we would do, based on the usage of the city, it would be scheduled for 3 a.m. on Sunday. That's your peak downtime. Because you still have the police department who's always, of course, they're 24/7, but 3 a.m. on Sunday is when we would run the server maintenance. It would run its updates, security updates, etc. We would look for, you know, potential vulnerabilities in the sonic wall, and then the PC updates will be handled. Those we handle during business hours because we want to interface with your employees, because a lot of times they won't tell us that their machine blue screened 3 days ago, but when they see us, they remember, and then they'll say it then, and then we can address what can be a much bigger problem right then, as opposed to a new machine having to be required because it didn't get touched, it didn't get fixed.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Nikkei. Any more questions for him?
So, give me a typical cost to set up a new server and deploy it.
Are you talking about under the Omni support package, or are you talking about,
Well, it's not included in the Omni support package.
okay.
It says excluded.
I've actually gotten this feedback before. It's excluding a new additional
Correct.
server to the network. It's
Right.
not excluding a replacement server.
Right, well, yeah, deployment of a new server.
Okay, so deploying a new server, it costs, outside of the hardware, maybe 3 hours at 85 an hour, because the hourly rate is 85 an hour if you have some reason to pay an hourly rate. So it's, top of my head, 240, 255? Yeah, 255.
Okay.
So to clarify, you don't actually have 2 servers right now, you actually have 4. And 2 of those will be going away to, or should go away. And the resources be allocated to the other 2. And if that was the case, then City of St. Louis won't realistically be looking at a new server unless you want to add one at, say, the fire department. Even then,
So,
My only other concern is we got 2 packages stamped September 11th, and then we get a price $1,000 cheaper the day of the meeting. I got called out on that a few weeks ago about something that was a percentage base compared to a set price, and here we are with 2 set prices and one's changed by a big bit. I don't like it, so.
well, the first one that I was asked to submit was in a private meeting with Larry Smith and Mike Favre at City Hall. It was not done before the council. And this is the first time that I've actually been asked to come before the council here recently with this proposal. So we did everything we could to find any price trimming that we could.
Yeah.
The one that you had prior was actually from, it's technically from about a year ago. It's just re-timestamped. That same price has been around for a while. We just, you've lost a lot of PCs on your network, primarily when the police department migrated the second time. They took some PCs out that they were using before, so the needs have gone down. So,
Yeah, no, so.
okay. I don't think, we don't have to make a decision tonight on this.
No.
I think we have found some facts that we need to understand.
I think the biggest thing we gotta do is make a decision on what we're gonna do with storage first, and then look at, cause that's the big cost on our bill every month is what, $2,500 a month roughly? Average, I think, maybe with y'all,
It's about
with,
1,200, I believe, or
well,
1,300.
no, not the storage, I mean, overall bill is about 2,500 with support for different departments and everything else. Generally, it's about that, and a big percentage of that is just the storage, so if we could figure out a route with that, would be
Why
one
wouldn't we
thing, but.
vote on these? We have both of these vendors here. They've worked hard. And, the Omni Technology one is is somewhat cheaper. He's got over 11 years' experience with our system. Let's just put this to.
$9,000 more expensive.
What's that?
It's $9,000 more expensive. On me. $750 a month more.
No, this price he has is,
$24.50 a month.
yeah, and this one's
220,
2,600.
no, 220 for OmniVault, $689.31 for emails. All that adds, that's why I did a spreadsheet. So it's $40,311 to $31,308. $9,000 difference, $750, give or take a penny or two difference.
The emails and the backup solution aren't, those are not apples to apples in any
Well,
way.
and that's
Sure.
what we want to understand.
OmniSync, the other service I talked to you about, is the one that I could comparably compare to Google Plus, and I can sell that one for $10 a user per month. It gives you 1 terabyte of cloud storage. It's not the right solution for you, but I can sell it. So I believe the solution they were discussing had 4 terabytes or 2 terabytes, so that would be $20 a month. So if you, for comparison purposes.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, to me, that's why it's pretty, so I just looked in, administration, we got $45,000 from computer support. I know we got, and I don't know what, some of that is hardware. I know we got some, in the police department, every department has computer numbers or money, but is that money for, I know the police department comes and say, I need $25,000 for a new computer, right? So if we look at using their money, so I think from an administration standpoint, we need to know exactly what, if they had any capital outlay they're looking at for each department,
I think this is more of a maintenance.
to me, to fund it. Yeah, and I just wanna make sure we got the right money. And then I would like to get the monthly bills and reconcile them. If I'm only using 3 hours a month, right? Do I go stay at $95 an hour or $85 an hour for 3 hours a month? Yeah, so really,
Right.
yeah.
That's kind of what I'm saying, if we did 10 hours a month and it was included backups or something, but it wasn't in that big contract, and we switched all storage down to the cheaper storage, which is a good option if you can spin up another server right then and do all that. I mean, it's better and cheaper probably, so I just,
Well, I guess my biggest concern is we do have such an aged system.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
That we're gonna get, the problems are gonna continuously, manifest themselves, and it might be better to lock in. It's just seems like the old, are we still operating on some, XP?
There were 3 XP machines that are still here, and all but one is gone. That one has to stay for banking purposes. There's actually nothing you can do about it, but we've isolated it so it can't get infected and infect other machines on your network. So, I'm not sure how many of y'all were here for it, but when the police department got the major crypto virus and lost all the data, that was actually because of XP machines, and we weren't being called out to maintain. So that entire debacle would not have happened if
You
maintenance had
talked
been done.
about like, the state what's our current condition out of 1 through 5 from what you know?
About a 2.5, honestly. You've got some really good things going on. Your physical servers, the 2 that you have, are in great. They're in great physical shape. You have one that's about 2 years old and one that's about 5 years old. I don't have the invoices for them in front of me, so I can't give you the exact dates, but it's right around there, 2 and 5 years old. City Hall being 5 years old. Both of those servers are absolutely set to last for another 10 years, no doubt in my mind. However, they will only last for another 10 years if maintenance is done on them. Primarily the City Hall server. It is in desperate need of some maintenance. It's currently got its resources divided up into 25% sectors, and 2 of those sectors are completely not in use, just doing nothing, wasted. So And that's something that we've discussed several times and never been given approval to go fix. To clarify, it would take me about 2 hours. So,
Question.
You know, so, you know, we did 10 hours a month at $95 a month. Over a year, that's on $11,400. We do the support contract, that's $29,400, so I'm saving $18,000 if I do 10 hours a month. So, and I don't know what's the right, you know, so I
I
think
mean, if we wanna continue, that's fine.
to reconcile the bills.
But then
well,
it gives you money to buy new computers or hardware also, because
I'm just saying,
nobody's
like, if you got
package
a
includes that,
catastrophic
so
I-
you wouldn't be really
there's
getting new
no, I don't think
equipment.
there's no right or wrong answer today.
No,
But I think I'd ask Sissy to pull your bills,
Mhm.
so we can I just wanna
You
reconcile
gonna
them.
send them all?
I mean, yeah, everybody, but so we can look at them
Yeah.
and say, hey, on average, we spent, you know, if we went up to 10 hours a month, this is what we're gonna pay.
Or even 20 hours a month?
I'm not trying to give you a lot of extra work here, but don't reconcile within just the past year, because since the budgetary concern, you know, budget has been, running dry, so to speak, we've been held back a lot on support services, so it's been averaging around 8 hours a month for actual support. Now, if you go back to when things were actually running right, it really sat around 20 to 25 hours per month. Now, that was still, even with that, was still without maintenance. And server maintenance, it runs, depends on how you do it. The way we do it with a physical clean, it runs about 2 to 4 hours per server. So, physical server, excuse me.
Ronnie, do you have to do any extra work?
Right.
What's this paperwork I've heard about filing with the state? Because I understand in one of our audits, we have to file paperwork with the state on the security of our system.
Are you talking about for HIPAA compliance, for taking credit cards up front? PCI compliance?
Well-
Or
Is that what that is?
probably, and we do file that paperwork for you. We actually did it this time. We were paid to fill out the audit report for it. Yep, that's not a problem. And that's something that is an included service, if that was part of the question.
So you 25 hours, 2375 a month.
That sounds about right.
So,
That's what we factored on is the average when things were actually
Yep.
being done properly.
so if I went with just unlimited, it's unlimited, you said,
Absolutely.
that mean you would come in and be proactive. You'd be doing preventive maintenance
And that's what this is all about, is
Is-
proactive.
instead of reactive maintenance.
Right. There is one benefit that's not clearly laid out in here, but when if we have a threat of a category 4 or greater, excuse me, 3 or greater hurricane, we actually, with your permission, will come in, remove your servers and up to 4 PCs from the environment, or 1 PC from each department, whichever you need. And we actually have a secure facility in our Jackson office that we bring them to, put them under lock and key until the hurricane passes. This way, you have access to your equipment immediately, day 2 after the hurricane hit. You know, so we bring it back down as soon as the weather's cleared and set it back up for you. Again, it's one of those things that help belay the waiting time of buying new equipment. So now with OmniVault in place, I mean, it's still good to do. It's still something good to do, but it is included in the service.
Okay. All right,
So we gotta vote on this backup system now?
no, so we don't really have to take any action tonight.
I'd like to, you know,
I'd
look
like
at
to put it for Tuesday.
some more data.
So you wanna put it,
Think we can get that for
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
you need some more time?
Need more time?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, y'all do it. I mean, that's up to y'all, but.
Lisa, what's the, next regular meeting after Tuesday's meeting?
Third,
It is 3rd of October
We'll put it on that one
all right.
to vote on.
to vote on between these two proposals.
All right, is there anything else?
I'd like to get Mr. Coon to come back up.
Yes.
Coon?
Thank you.
Ms. Cohen? Ms. Cohen, would you come back up?
Thank you, Ms. Nikki.
Thank you. Ms. Cohen.
So as we listen to this, as you got to kind of listen about what we're doing, where we're at, how can you help enhance our services and our systems in the city of Bay St. Louis? You know, if you was fortunate enough to get the contract, from what you heard, you know, kind of explain to us how you think you could improve and better our systems.
I mean, y'all wouldn't be paying $1,000 a month for backup storage. That's insane. And I don't buy, okay, I don't have the requirements. I've never got any kind of requirements, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know y'all's network, okay? So I'm at a little disadvantage here. But, I don't think it requires 10 hours of maintenance a month on a server to keep it running. I think that's ludicrous. I think most of the stuff you can do remotely and maintain stuff in it. I have software in place that will give me warnings when server's running hot, hard drives failing, that type of stuff. So I'll know if there's a problem.
So how long, so if we, you know, we would get into a contract you for a 1-year contract, or you require us to sign a contract for extended period of time, or what is your proposal? I see no really time, date, or anything on there.
I'm
Just a
flexible.
month
We
by
can
month.
go month to month.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Charter does it.
Right. Good, you know,
Any more questions from Ms. Cohen?
I have a
Thank you,
question
sir.
though. I mean,
Thank you.
I turned in my bid over a month ago, and then I'm hearing that he got to turn in a bid today. I kind of have a problem with that.
that's well discussed.
Yeah, so,
Yep. Just duly noted.
Noted. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, if
What else? What else? Said,
there's no more council business, council have any business? All right, public forum? Where y'all at?
Man,
Okay, no public forum. What is this, annual open enrollment?
If you get insurance through the city, health insurance, you need to at least come sign a thing and leave. The last chance is here tomorrow from 7 to noon, they'll be in the chambers. So all you have to do is just come sign it, that's if you get insurance through the city. So I just wanted to remind all y'all, if you haven't done it yet, just swing by here at some point.
When is that?
Tomorrow from 7 to noon, they'll be here the last day they'll be here. And there will be several people set up, in case you want anything extra, but all you have to do is go to whatever, I don't know how that's set up for the first table, but that first place they'll tell you to go to, you just have to sign to okay it, and then, that you still continue with what you got, and you can leave after that.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned.
If nobody, if you didn't sign the minutes, please actually sign them, they kind of got
I hadn't signed them.